On to RANsquawk's morning briefing for Tuesday, the 30th of March of 2010. A case of return of risk appetite so far this morning. We've got higher equities and lower fixed income here in UK and Europe. That's following on from both a 2-month and an 18-month closing high for the Shanghai Composite in China and the Nikkei in Japan respectively. Nikkei finishing up 1% there. In terms of some of the news flow, we've had Treasury's Geithner, who spoke late yesterday. He did say that the US was coming out of the crisis much more quickly and much more strongly than other major economies. So some pretty upbeat comments there. The general sentiment though is pretty good, and the dollar index trading down around 0.25%. That's also helped lift some of the commodity prices. Spot gold up around 1/3%. WTI also up around 50 cents. That's pushed up the oil and gas basic material sectors. And financials again performing relatively well so far in Europe. So around 0.5% higher across the FTSE CAC and DAX. Elsewhere, in terms of the latest in Greek news, we've had the latest out of Fitch this morning. Their analysts have said that more likely than not there will not be any Greek rating change this year. In actual report here, they actually say that Greece to meet 2010 deficit goal, we said Greece more likely to overshoot than undershoot if anything. So also pretty decent assessment there. In terms of the spread though, with the Greek 10-year and against German bunds pretty much unmoved from the movement we had yesterday. Take a look in terms of other things in economic data from the UK. We've had the latest in the nationwide house price numbers. They did come out quite a bit higher than expected. That did give cable a boost. We're up around 50 pips there as well in the major pair. To take a look then in terms of the calendar for today, we'll look out for the final Q4 print for UK GDP. Analysts are expected to remain unrevised on a Q&Q growth of 0.3%. Then from the US session, it's relatively quiet in terms of the actual economic releases. We'll have the S&P Case-Shiller a bit later, and then a couple of speakers to look out for. Most notably, we'll have Fed former Chairman Volcker, Bank of England's Haldane all due later. And in terms of fixed income supply out of the Eurozone, we do have around 6.5 to a top-end size of 8.5 billion euros to come from the Italian Treasury. They will be looking to auction the majority of that size into the new 10-year, to be keeping a close eye on bids there. The previous, in their old 10-year line, had a bid-to-cover ratio of around 1.32. Those results should be coming out in around 10 o'clock London time. We could see some short setting heading into that release.